Hello everybody, and today I have a video that I've been wanting to make for some time now, mostly because there is one god in Smite that I've been wanting to learn how to play and kind of just learn how his kit works and just the items to buy from, and that is Susano. And since I recently got Yule Diamond, I figured that I wanted to move on to a god that has sort of another complex kit as his, but of course Susan is nowhere near as complex as Yule is, just because, or Yule, or whatever you want to call him, is specifically because of just how that guy plays. It's a completely different realm of play style and gameplay. But with this guy specifically, he's in his own league, I feel like, in Smite, just because he's a very different god. The way that he plays, he's very fast. He hits very hard, but also he's, of course, he's very easy to kill in most situations, but if you do build defense on him, completely different story. That's just a fun fact that not a lot of people seem to do, is build defense on assassins. Um, yes, assassins in a way are supposed to be glass cannons, you can call them, but a lot of the times you should build defense on them because it's extremely useful. So as you can see on the build on the left side of the screen, I build in that exact order pretty much almost every game. There's very few situations when I don't, and if anything, I build the same first four items all the time. I will always do Bluestone Pendant, Warrior Tabi, Transcendence, and then Jotun's Wrath. Every single time, that's never gonna fail. And then afterwards, it can be completely optional on what exactly is going on. Is Freya really being extremely punishing? If she is, then I will build magical protection afterwards. I'll build Genji's guard just because it gives me that cooldown that in some situations I will really severely need. And then afterwards, I'll probably put on Void Shield, or I'll go into more Pen if I need it, and then I'll build Void Shield last item. Or if I can get away with it, I'll put vice versa. I'll just do it, flip. And it's again, just sometimes you need to kind of switch up the builds for who you're going against. But I strongly say that the first four items that I use never fail me because they hit hard, and it will never fail. And also the way that you put your abilities with Susano, the way you want to make sure that if you want to do the most damage with him, especially, you want to make sure you max out your first and your third ability always. I will say that if you want to, just because it hurts and it does do damage, grab your pull, your second ability. You can grab it, I'd say probably level 6 right after your ultimate, because early game, as long as you grab damage camp and you get your storm kata, which is your first ability, you get that just maxed out as fast as you can, get it to the third tier by the time you're level 6. It will hurt a lot. I promise you this much. It's one of the most damaging abilities, I feel like, on an assassin, because it shreds and it provides you mobility. I mean, his 3, which is a teleport and dot damage, also is a dash in a way, or you could say just a teleport. So you could just teleport in with that. You could pull them in, or vice versa. You could pull them in and throw your dot on them and then slash, and you gotta kill. Or you could just do it right there. Grab, throw the dot, and then just walk away. If you're confident enough that you think that it'll kill them with how much health they have, it should. There's no fault there. And I feel like he's a very potent assassin. I kind of wish I had been playing him earlier, but I've been learning a bunch of gods lately. I've been playing as many as I can to try to, I guess, get play styles down and see who I feel like fits the type of playstyle that I want. And I feel like Susan is a god that I'm enjoying immensely. And I think it's just because of his kit. His kit is massive fun. Like, I thought playing as Uller was a lot of fun. I thought that he, the damage that he does, and his I guess you could say his mobility, his potency in lane, his potential to 1v1 fight, I thought that was great. This guy is in a whole nother league because there's so many situations where you can hop on someone, and then you can, if you wanted to, if the snowball effect is active, and if you're not aware what the snowball effect is, it basically just means, that you are out leveling the other team. You're getting more gold, you're getting more XP, and you're leveling up faster. Therefore, you're always going to do more damage to them because they're not as higher level as you, so they're not building as much protection or natural protections as you would call it, and it just backfires a lot of the time. And one thing that I really do love about this guy is, I will say without a doubt, I've had many games with him that I've snowballed where it's gone into my favor and I've outranked them. But at least I think the most severe was I was a rank 20 and they were 14, and at that point in time, you are a force to be reckoned with. You are definitely, I guess you could just say for points, you are definitely a god. You will kill anything in your way. If they're squishy, like the team I'm going against right now, you can kill all 3 of them with your ultimate alone. It's insane how potent this guy is. And yes, he does have a bunch of weaknesses. Once his stuff is down, I mean, his passive basically gives him more movement speed as long as he has his abilities on cooldowns, where the timer's up. But He besides that, he can die very easily. He's very very maneuverable though, so he's kind of one of the guys that you want to aim on. You want to take him down as fast as you can, and I can just say that that's something that you want to do. That's something that just I guess like a little Smite PSA that people aren't really aware of. Something that I feel like people need to be aware of in a lot of situations is know your play style, know the god that you're playing as, and know who you're playing against. These three things alone will make you a very, very if you don't consider yourself a great player or a good player, it will make you a good or a great player. Just having these three things alone, just knowing that you're kind of playing a little bit of a mind game. You're playing the class that you're supposed to be playing. You're playing the way that you're supposed to be playing. Do not buy. I feel like again, do not buy items on certain gods that don't really play that certain playstyle because it'll penalize you. Honestly, it'll hurt you more than it'll hurt the enemy team. And just experiment with gods, learn gods that you feel like you need to play as. Susan is a god that I feel like is just incredible with pen and power, and sometimes I will throw Bloodforge. It depends on the game. If Snowball is active and it's in full effect for me, I will buy Bloodforge last item because it provides that extra shred, and it's just it's crazy, man. To have a really good game with this guy feels absolutely amazing, and it's one of the it's just one of the guys that feels like one of the most fun right now in Smite to play against a bunch of other teams, especially in Joust. I feel like out of all the modes, just because it's very good teamwork and it's very fun to have that little close fights. So I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of for today. I hope you learned something, and take care.